Hey guys, it's great to be back in here, thinking out loud with Khadija, and of course, just here to share a few things for all my maybe married people out there, for the single people, for people who are in relationships, committed or not committed, whatever the case may be. Oh yeah, and big shout out to everybody who's been following and dropping comments and thoughts and opinions. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Okay, so real quick, today I want to talk about the importance of putting yourselves in each other's shoes. Yes, putting yourself in each other's shoes. I kind of feel like it's something that is really important. It might be just the thing that is missing for some people out there. It might be something that, I think for some people it's also something that they don't really, it probably doesn't come to mind for some people, but it is something that is really, really important. I kind of feel like it's one of the things, other than the love and the affection that you have for each other, it's one of the things that would help the relationship be better, help you stand each other better. Because I kind of feel like for people who've probably been in long relationships, or if you've been married for a while, you already know that at some point see finish tends to enter the setting. But if you try to put yourself in your partner's shoes, I do believe it will help a lot. Because sometimes you might not even know, your partner might not even tell you, but we may view our partners as selfish. Sometimes it's not even a matter of your partner viewing you as selfish. Sometimes you're just selfish. Yeah. It may be intentional. I think for the most part it is unintentional, which is why you now need to consciously try to put yourself in your partner's shoes, especially where the expectations that are supposed to be met, certain responsibilities ought to be met. Sorry, I just need to check that real quick. Certain responsibilities ought to be met as well by both parties or both partners. As always, nothing is black and white in relationships. It could be something you need to do, something you need to say, a thought, different things, right? So yes, we need to try to put ourselves in each other's shoes. So let's say, for instance, if your partner places some importance on something or a place or a person, or let's just say there's something your partner really likes and your partner places a lot of importance on that, liken it to something else in your own life that you also place a lot of importance on, and you don't want your partner to ignore. So if your partner is talking about this thing rather, and saying that, look, I need you to be a part of this, imbibe this, put this into consideration, liken it to something that is important to you, and imagine if your partner is just being very lackadaisical about it or being nonchalant about it. You wouldn't like that, would you? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about when I say you need to put yourself in each other's shoes. Same thing goes with the responsibilities in the home, even the responsibilities that are said or unsaid. There are certain things that happen that, it's different stories, different situations for different people. I kind of feel like, if we're going to go into that, we could now talk about maybe situations where one party is earning more than the other, that the husband or the wife, and the person obviously has to chip in more when it comes to responsibilities in the house. Try to imagine what that would be like, for you as the other partner. All right, so say your husband is the one with more responsibilities financially. As the wife, sometimes you need to try to put yourself in his shoes, because you realize that at the end of the day, there's actually a million and one things he will need to do. He's probably not even doing a lot for himself, but he's just trying as much as possible to make sure that you're happy, the kids are happy, the house is good, everyone's good. There's still other family members, there's friends, colleagues, and people around who would come to seek for help here and there. It can be stressful. It can tire a person out. Like it can be really, really hectic. And for women who happen to be the ones who have more of the financial burden than their partners or their husbands, they would also tell you that it is really stressful trust me, being a breadwinner is not an easy task. So sometimes put yourself in his shoes, or maybe when you're asking for something and he can't really give it to you at that time, or even if it's the woman who's carrying more of the financial burden at that time and something needs to be done, or maybe your partner is just cranky or something. Try to put yourself in your partner's shoes. It'll help you understand things better. It'll also help you understand how they do things, or the way they say things, or why they're doing things the way they're doing it, or saying it the way they're saying it. All right. So no matter the scenario, that's why I said from the little things to the big things. All right. From something as little as your husband doesn't like plantain and you're trying to force him to eat plantain. You, for instance, probably don't like chicken pie, and then imagine your husband is trying to force you to eat chicken pie, and then you have to eat it out of love. I mean, yes, sometimes you do things out of love, but you don't impose certain things on people. Just liken it to yourself. If you were in his shoes, if you were in her shoes, how would you take it? I don't like the way you speak to my friends, or the way you address my family, or whatever. If it were you and your family was addressed in that manner, would you like it? No. So try to put your own feet into the other person's shoes. Like they say, I think Yoruba people have this thing they say where it's the person who puts on the shoes who knows where it stings the most. Yeah, so put your own feet into those shoes and also find out where it stings and how painful it can be. Sometimes it'll help you be better partners to each other. It'll help you be more considerate towards one another. I'll say that I'm not saying that is all the time that sometimes you need to insist on certain things because you need to put your foot down on certain things, like they say, choose your battles. But when you do try to put yourself in each other's shoes, if possible, all scenarios, if it's not possible to do all, most times try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. See where, if they can really do it, they would be able to do it, right? And see how sometimes we put our partners in difficult situations, difficult scenarios, difficult positions sometimes, but they might not want to complain, things like that. Sometimes also it could lead to resentment, a lot of things. So try to put yourself in each other's shoes. It'll help you be better to your partner, help you be nicer to your partner as well, because you'd understand especially if it's a situation where they're saying it's difficult for them to do a certain thing, or things like that. You get to understand why, and if you see that it's something that they can actually do, you can also see how you can encourage them. Probably try to realize what the problem really is, and it might also lead you to encouraging them into actually getting that thing done. You understand what their fears, their concerns might be, their shortcomings might be in that regard. All right, so try as much as possible to put yourself in your partner's shoes. It'll help you be nicer and be better to each other. So guys, that's all I have for now. If you have any comments or thoughts, please share with me. You can drop a comment below underneath the video. I look forward to hearing from you, and if you have topics, experiences, things you'd like to share, if you want to get things off your chest, please feel free to get in touch as well. Bye.